Hey, thank you for watching, guys. And I want to point you guys. I've watched a video about overworking in Japan. Let me just give you the bit. And I have a little bit of comment about this. And I think, from my point of view, maybe there's a dimension that people would not notice, right? Take a look at this video, and I also want to, just pointed you to the video. Let's watch snippets of it, guys. Okay, so guys, so she passed her CPA in while she was still in the university, and that is like a very smart thing that people already do, which is a blessing. That is what you hopefully that is what you do. Otherwise you'll be wasting time pursuing for that master level degree that is actually a prerequisite for actual work. But then here's the problem. Okay, so we are talking about overworking in Japan. That is like the video about it. But then, um, if you search, let me just stop this stream, and hopefully you guys would check out her channel. It's very interesting. I know I only show you 2 seconds, but look at her. She's so presentable, unlike me. Yo, if you watch me, then why are you watching me? Go and watch her channel. She looks a lot more attractive, and she has that mic over there. So which makes me think, right? Let me just get into the point. I think this problem of overworking, yeah, Japan is infamous for that, but all over the world, it is a it is not just because it's Japan. It's because the monopoly nature of the title, which is something that is pretty exclusive and pretty hard to get. Now, multiple various economic factors contributes to this exclusivism of titles that is unhealthy. So what I'm saying is, doctors, for example, that is a very high barrier of entry title to achieve. And I bet for the way I observe the economy these years, I bet they tend to be overworked. If you just anywhere in the world, like my intuition says, like doctors would be overworked. Why? Because there are not enough doctors and not enough salaries, not enough income. That is the key. That is the key because that's the scaling up of some problems that are not being talked about, unfortunately. And that is not just about being in Japan. I think that is about um, high barriers of entry of being able to become something, whether it is an accountant, whether it is maybe having that title to be credible as a professional title. That extra time and extra payment that you have to get nowadays in order to be considered worthy of working is ridiculous. Why? Because first of all, the customers are becoming poorer. Why? Because people are the buying power of people have been reduced. Secondly, because of severance payment, people are not moving jobs. This is dangerous. People are not addressing this. Yo, like if you work in one location, you're stuck. When the customer focuses on a different place, you cannot go there. and the employer, your employer, still have to pay you the minimum salary, and every year your salary increases, and that means your place of work are becoming poorer and poorer every year, unless they got lucky and they got swarmed by customers, and then they got a little bit of break. But then with what does that entails? Other place is experiencing what you've been experiencing all these years. So, and then would that compensate enough for that period of drought? I don't think so. Why? Inflation. It's because of inflation. And should I talk about why that happens in terms of monetary policies? I could be facing off with gangsters that is, being now, at least those who are making a living out of this. So I'm just saying, guys, let's say corporate espionage, but there are a lot more people that is connected to that. But am I being paranoid? The reason why is because it's because of the nature of the stake, and I'll explain it later. I'm trying to get into a solution right here. Everywhere where it enforces titles, um, you should have got royalty for, like, let's say teachers and doctors, right? You if, After you get a title and after you help people, you save lives, you enable people to continuously getting income. It is something that if you were living in a period of hunter and gatherer, for example, the teacher in your community or the doctors in your community would keep on getting uh, tributes, right? Especially if that community wants to become stronger, they will give you tributes. They will take care of you. Okay, so that is royalty, but we are not doing that. Why? Because we are getting poorer. Um, and it everything we got to do, every step of the way, we have to use money. Okay, because we don't know each other. No, we don't go to church, we don't get to know each other, and everyone hates one another when we are around. Why? Because of severance payment and credit. Should I explain it even more? uh you are competing with one another. Every single step your competitor make is a problem for you, and every single talk about your work or other people's work is a threat for you. Everything is just so wrong. And uh, talking about the nature of your industry could reveal secrets that could help your competitors. That's a paranoid thing. If you have a credit and everything that could kind of reduce your steady income, because revenues are tied to customers, right? And customers are not steady income. Whenever they want to go, they'll go. Whenever they don't want to go, they don't go. But your credit keeps on going. Your house liabilities keep on going, and the interest rates, maybe it's like fixed rate in some years, but later it can be floating, or it can just increase. The bank could increase the interest rate, and you what can you do about it? And it's everyone wants to get credit. Everyone has, even when there's no good season, the amount of customers stays the same. And whenever a new influx of new people, like immigrants or people from the rural areas, came into the city, you thought it should help, there would be more customers, but no, more competitors, and it's diluting your business. So relationship is messed up, and we could only dream of royalties, guys. Dream of royalties. We go. Oh, patent, copyright. These are the kind of products that deserve royalties. Why not teachings, knowledge? Why not health? Why not maybe uh, accounting system? that is being in place with your business. You could only dream of like a consultant. Overtime would be appreciated. The lump sum payment is already being paid, so there are no need for royalties to the consultant, for the accounting consultant. And I think, you know what, after some time, our royalties must have exceeded that lump sum payment, but people are not going to pay that. And I think at this point, government should step in, right? Um, they should acknowledge that this is a problem, and they just pay the royalties, right? Because the economy is is flourishing because of these people. And imagine if your teachers are rich, is super rich. A lot of people would want to be teachers. I know you cannot do anything about the monopoly of the title. You just have to go through with it. Like she can do it in the third year of her she's a genius. All right. She can be a CPA in her third year of university. I think not a lot of people can do that. That's a very hard a title to get. It's amazing that she can do that, and there's no wonder she can get a job in a such prestigious place. But can you imagine that, being in a prestigious place, or maybe being in a hospital, legit hospital, is going to subject you into the kind of work that is equal to black companies? Isn't that ridiculous, guys? The government should do something about that, but government intervention should always be temporary. What I'm talking about is this government intervention, guys. If you realize that the GDP comes from the act of these people from years ago, just give them royalties. The saving of lives of these workers right now uh, have produced GDP. Why not give the doctors the royalties that they earned over time? Why not give the accounting consultant, right, the royalties that they've earned? Like, just give the government intervention, and it would be worth it. It would be worth it. And just get rid of guys, get rid of that severance payment. It doesn't make sense. Like, human rights give you right to entitle you to ownership, but how could you own your business if your employees, who are not the owner of your business, have the right to not get fired? Isn't that, how's that owning a business when you cannot fire people? I just doesn't make sense. And then it's a contradiction of the human rights. Okay, so because people don't have good connections and people are stuck, it is the same as having a lot of food that is about to expire. Think about it. Think about it. How many food in the economy that we are wasting? How many food are rejected by supermarkets, guys? Imagine if all of these food become money and then being allocated to the professionals. What I'm saying is the solution of the problems are there in the economy. It just doesn't become money and it's not being distributed. It is right there. And what are you going to do about it? Okay. Should I make it more? Should I explain it even more, guys? Can't you think about it yourself? Think about it. Guys, it's because of this destruction of relationship, and that's why I'm talking about corporate espionage, because they are violators of privacy, they are violators of property, and they reduce the value of your properties, guys. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. These hackers, I mean, okay, I'm crazy, call me crazy. um, I know that maybe a lot of psychologists are in depth and they're not going to care with people who are liable to social stupidity. and then they would get money out of conforming to public judgment, and they need that money, whatever. Okay, but I want to solve a problem here, guys. Okay, call me crazy, but you know I'm right. Okay, thank you for watching. Think about it, guys. First of all, government intervention. Next, when people knew that these people are rich, they're gonna go in. They're gonna go in. You can't do anything about being a doctor for 8 years. Like that is like the minimum. That is the responsibility. You need that to be responsible. But what's the reward? The reward should be much bigger, right? Especially with the prices and inflation. In order to improve problem solving, you need relationship solving, you need cohesion, you need fairness, you need people not being evil and people not being admiring psychopaths. Okay, you need oh my god, this is 2025 and I'm talking to people who have mentality of the 1990s. But thank you very much for watching, guys, you old people. Goodbye.